everyone, welcome to Kanishka IAS. Today's topic of discussion is Makran subduction zone. So before we move on to the topic, we need to understand some of the basics first. So firstly, tectonic plate. Tectonic plate is a massive, irregularly shaped slab of solid rock, which is generally composed of continental and oceanic lithosphere, or we call it as plate. This oceanic plate is the denser one and thinner and composed of basalt. It is made up of two components, that is silicon and magnesium. If we see about the continental plate, it is the less denser, thicker and composed of granite. So it is composed of granite, and here are the chemical composition. If we see the chemical composition of the continental plate, we have silicon and aluminium. With these we have some major and minor plates. These plates are constantly moving, and the movement of these plates creates three types of boundaries. They are convergent boundaries, divergent boundaries and transform boundaries. In convergent boundaries, the plates are moving into one another, and in divergent boundaries, the plates move apart. It means they are moving away from each other. And in transform boundaries, the plate moves sideways in relation to each other. If we see the convergent boundaries in bit detail, as I said, convergent boundaries formed when two plates are coming towards each other, and they are called as destructive plate boundaries. Why they are called destructive boundaries? This we will learn through the diagram. So the oceanic lithosphere is more dense than the continental plate. This we know. Due to the much density, it is subducting beneath the less denser plate, that is continental plate. As it is subducting beneath the continental plate, there is some friction and the subduction is occurring. Because of this, there is a melting of some of the part or rock particles, we can say. Due to this melting of the rock particles, we can say this is the destructive boundaries. As the subducting plate plunges beneath the less dense plate, stresses build up. So there is a stress between these plates and the locked zone. There are some locked zones also. So when the friction and the locked zones are there, due to the friction, they give away abruptly. Due to this, there is the creation of the earthquake. Because of this, there is a large displacement of water occurring. Ultimately, it causes the tsunami. If you see in this diagram, here is the subduction of a part of the oceanic crust is occurring. Due to this subduction, so this region we call it as subduction zone. And due to the melting of this, why it is melting? Because high heat in the asthenosphere. Due to the high heat in the asthenosphere, the rock particles are melting, and then magma is the less density. Due to less density, the magma is rising above the crust, and there is a creation of volcano. Next, we will see about the tsunami. So what is tsunami? Tsunami is a Japanese word which means harbor wave. So tsunami is extremely long waves caused by the displacement of large amount of water due to earthquakes and volcanoes. There is a sudden displacement of large amount of water. Why? Because it might be the reason earthquake or else volcanoes. But many of the tsunamis occur due to earthquakes only. And the size of the tsunami is related to the size of the earthquake. So which occurs as the earthquake occurs suddenly. The size of the tsunami is related to the size of the earthquake. So most tsunamis are caused by the earthquakes that occur along subduction zone. This I have said you before, that what is subduction boundary. So many of the tsunamis occurring due to the earthquakes which occur in subduction boundaries. The waves generated by the tsunami are very much violent. They are very much violent. The waves generated by the tsunami are very much violent. When these great waves come to the shore, with the high speed. They hit the coast and take away what is present in the coastal area and causes the damage. This whole event we can call it as a tsunami.